Good morning, friends. Now, a while ago, I was listening to Maina and Kingangi. That's Mwalimu. And this is not meant to promote them. But then this conversation this morning just caught me off guard. I felt it's really important to share with you. And then it's going to lead us into our discussion today. So, Mwalimu in his nature and how humorous and how funny can become. He was explaining how he failed to get the visa to travel to the US 5 times. 5 times. So he went the first time, they never gave it to him. He went the second time, no. The third, the fourth. And the fifth time, he was saying that he was almost crying to them that, hey, just wait, I can explain this. I can explain this. It's really, really important that I go to the US because I am the hope of my family. I'm the hope of our entire family, of our entire village, of our entire society. And I was listening to him, and I remember divided between either crying or laughing. But then I decided to focus on one thing. So, what is this thing? He said something that I found to be very solid. He said that, and I think it's Maina who asked him that, what did you think you were going to do when you went to the US? And then he said he doesn't care. He knew he was going to come here and be a millionaire and get all manner of money. And then like Maina started laughing at him and saying, look, you are probably going to wash the old people. Like you are probably going to work. You are going to work in a care home. So what I took from that discussion that morning, had Mwalimu gotten his visa to travel to the US, chances are no one would have known Churchill. Chances are he wouldn't have been successful the way he is today. Chances are he wouldn't have been as famous and as a big name as he is today. But at that time, when he was disappointed after trying 5 times, and I'm not sure whether that was a true story or it was just a humorous story in the morning, but then for me, I took it personal that could you imagine if he made it to the US, would we have even known of Churchill or the Churchill show or all the things that amazing things that he has done in the industry of comedy in general? Well, friends, I don't think so. No one would have known Churchill. No one would have known who he is or what he does. Now, I want you to draw this picture in your mind, friends. Look at who he is today. Look at who he is today and compare with how his situation would have been would he have traveled to the US. And I'm not trying to say that if you travel in the US, like you're not going to succeed. No. I know a lot of people who have gone abroad because this video is just meant for everyone who is abroad. It's not all about America. It's about anyone who is abroad, whether you are in Europe, you are in America, or you are in Africa, just anywhere, or in Asia or Australia, just anywhere. So my point is this. There are a ton of people who are successful and who have made it abroad. And likewise, there are a ton of people, young, old, and medium, who have made it back home. So I'm just trying to draw a picture from that discussion that Maina and Churchill had. And I'm thinking in my mind, if he had traveled, probably his comedy career could have died. His dream or the purpose for why God created him could not have been fulfilled. Now, this brings me to our discussion today, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic today is stop wasting time abroad. Yes, that I can say facing this camera and looking into you, dear viewer. Stop wasting time abroad. and do these other things that I'm going to mention. So if you are interested in this kind of video, if you are interested in this kind of conversations where we talk about hard truths and share our honest opinions, please join us in this discussion. Now, where we come from, we have limited resources. That is true. We don't have enough government support. We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough exposure. We don't have enough finances to do things. But do you know, friends, sometimes you just need scarcity to succeed. And sometimes you just need that visa denial for you to repurpose and find a new direction for your life. And I'm not saying that it's easy at home. No, neither is it easy here in the US. I'm just trying to say that, do you know that you can make it at home and make it big? Because I want to give you a story. There are a number of young people who move from Kenya or move from Africa. To be fair, there are a lot of people who move from Africa and drop everything and come abroad. And as we've discussed in the previous videos, when you come here, your life restarts again. You start again. All the knowledge and all the things that you had done and all the ladder that you are building up, it's all broken and you have to start afresh. Except you are starting afresh in a land that do not belong to you. In a place where most people do not acknowledge your effort. In a place where there's a lot of regulation. In a place which is not your homeland. So this is my point. Sometimes think about what you have in your hand. Because I believe in my heart that God doesn't do a mistake. He has a reason why Pascal was born in Kenya. And he has a reason why someone else was born in Europe or was created in America or in Australia. If you give yourself grace, if you give yourself time, if you decide to grind with those limited resources, with consistency, you will eventually achieve your dream and your desires in life. And I'm saying this with a lot of honesty because I'm trying to even draw comparison with my own self. Who I was before I moved abroad with my family. And I'm even trying to make a comparison. How much have we been able to achieve and how much were we able to achieve when we were home? And I can tell you, friends, if you have anything in your hands, just like that story in the Bible of, I think it was the story of Moses, when God asked him, what do you have in your hand? So today I'm asking you, and this is not meant to preach, I'm just trying to challenge you. And the reason why I decided to share my thoughts on this topic, on this subject, is because we have a lot of people, we have a lot of young people throwing a lot of money, thousands of money, and you've watched them on TV. I watch them all the times. We have a lot of young people selling their lands, selling off their properties, saving up everything they have. And then what do they end up doing with those money? They end up giving them to agencies. And please note, those agencies, those people who are running those agencies do not want to move abroad. They want to get your money so that they enrich at home. Isn't that a reality? So instead of utilizing the little resources you have to grow and multiply yourself, you are choosing to give it to another Kenyan who has seen an opportunity. And I don't have any beef or any problem with agencies. They are our friends who are in business. But the thing is, have you ever stopped to imagine that what would have happened if you decided to utilize the money you're giving them to build yourself. So a lot of people are throwing away their lives that they have already established, or they are already beginning to establish and work towards to come to the US, or to come abroad, or to go to Australia. Look at this situation. Someone decides to use a lot of money, $2,000, $2,500, or sometimes $3,000, give it to agency to process, to help them process papers. Ideally, what they can even do by themselves. And then this person has to pay air ticket. This person has to move here and pay rent and deposit and look for a car. If you do a summation of the total of that money, you realize that someone has spent over $10,000 just in that relocation journey alone. And then when they get here, they are restarting their lives. Now, this is where I need your attention now. I am a young man, and I have friends, and I have people I know we are all in the same age group or age set. And I believe in Africa. I believe in Kenya. Talking out of experience and honesty. If you have that $10,000, if you have that $5,000, and I'm going to use the dollar because this video is going, people who are in Ghana, in Jamaica, just all over, everyone is watching us. So I'm trying to say that if you have that $10,000 or you have that $5,000, stop wasting it on your journey to come to America or go abroad. Use that money as seed capital to grow yourself at home, where you have family, you have support, you have peace, you are in your homeland, you have strength, you know the laws. Trust me, if you have that $5,000 or $10,000 to use to relocate, because relocation is expensive, use it as a seed capital to start off. I was speaking to a friend earlier who started, and I know you've heard of these stories and you're going to make fun out of it, but I was talking to a friend who had gotten his visa but decided to forgo it and instead started business importing stuff from China with just $5,000, which is about 500,000 Kenya shillings according to our local currency. Right now as we talk, his business has over tripled in a span of 1 year. And so I'm here to challenge you. If you're a young man who is farming, please hold on there. Continue doing it. And we, in this era of visibility, in this era of social media, I know you've all heard of this term that I think it's my wife who reminded me of it today in the morning, that the current or the modern currency in today's world is visibility. And with visibility on social media platforms, if you choose to do farming, if you choose to venture into business, if you choose to venture into consultancy, trust me, if you have a vision board and it's clear, trust me, you're going to grow. You just need consistency. You just need consistency, that don't give up, however how hard it is. And you're going to succeed at home. So what is my purpose? What is the purpose of this video today? The purpose of this video today is to encourage you that whatever amount of money you have at home, please do not waste that opportunity. Do not waste that money on agencies. Do not waste that money on air tickets. Do not waste that money on, I think I still need some money to travel abroad and go help sustain me as I try look for new opportunities in a new land. Please use that $5,000. Use that $2,000. Use that $1,000. And God is going to multiply it. This is not to sound preachy. This is real. This is real. So thank you so much, friends, for tuning and listening to me. And I just wanted to make a request that continue to subscribe, continue to comment, continue to share, and and I'm really grateful for the positive comments and for all the subscriptions that we have gotten as a channel so far. And I'm really trusting you and praying and requesting you that may you get us into that 1,000 subscribers. I think we are only left with about 150 or 140 to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much and have yourself a great day.